Hi guys, are you planning to come to the UK in 2026? Or probably you're already here, you're packing your bags gradually, whichever category you belong to. Do you think coming to the UK in 2026 is worth it? Is it a waste of money? Is it a waste of resources? Is it a waste of your precious time? You guys, that's what I want to discuss in this video. Mind you, I am also a student, so like we're in this SHIT together, okay? So this is not me giving an expert opinion. This is me just sharing the pros and cons. Hell, or say cons. This is me just sharing the pros and cons of what I think about coming to the UK in 2026 or maybe 2025 too, because I mean, 2025 and 2026 are all siblings. Do you think it is worth it? Anyways, that's what this video is about. Okay, so if you're already here, you're planning to come here really soon, then you should watch until the end. So, but before we continue, guys, I'll include a link to my Revolut account, like my referral link to my Revolut bank, to Lemfi, and of course to Money World. So with Revolut, Revolut is a digital bank where you can, of course, immediately you get to the UK, you may not have the time or all of the documents required to open a normal account, like a physical account. Okay, so you can start with Revolut. I still use Revolut as my major bank account. So before you open your Revolut account, please use my link. Use my link. Okay, guys, I know you would use it anyway, so I would include it in the description box. And of course, the link to Lemfi and Money World. With Lemfi and Money World, you can use to send money back to Nigeria. So I don't have a favorite app, to be very honest. I won't even lie. So I just go to Lemfi, any rate, any guys, either Lemfi or Money World, anyone that has the highest rate. That's what I used to send. I'm not loyal, at least for now. Okay, so you can register with Lemfi, you can register with Lemfi, you can register with Money World, so you can be like me and go for the highest bidder. Okay, so it's coming to the UK in 2026. What it? Let us check it out. Let us check the pros and cons. One more thing, I'm sorry, I know I'm wasting your time, but one more thing. I plan to hit a target of 50,000 subscribers by next year. So if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, please, in the name of God, in the name of Jesus Christ, please subscribe, leave a comment, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll greatly appreciate that. Okay, so let's get straight into this video. Thank you for your patience. So let us start with the cons. The number one con, which is very obvious, everybody knows, everybody has been talking about it, everybody has been complaining, is the fact that the UK is the why is English hard for me? This I don't understand. The UK is too expensive. The UK is very, very expensive. I remember when my brother traveled in 2022, how like at the time we even thought it was expensive. People used to pay school fees with Form A. With Form A, then one pound was around 400 and something pounds. Then if you're going to pay your school fees with black market, it was around 800 and something pounds, 800 and something naira to a pound, which was even still fair compared to now that pounds is almost hitting 2k naira for a pound. So it is too expensive. So you're talking of 15,000 pounds as school fees, 11,000 at the least I've seen, anyways. 11,000, although there's 7,000, 8,000 thereabout, but you're talking of at least on the average 11,000 pounds, which is a lot. Now, mind you, in 2023, my friend moved to France to do his masters. With a suffer. Oh. So, like, doing his master, it's a 2-year master program, and he was paying 220 euros, no cap, a semester. So for the first semesters, you're paying two. In fact, one of the semesters is like internship. So just call it, you're doing 3 semesters. So 220 euros multiplied, it's not even up to 1,000 euros. And of course, 1,000 pounds is bigger than euros. So plus or minus, for your master's degree, you're spending less than 1,000 pounds compared to the UK, where you will have to. In fact, if you were going to multiply the amount spent, you're spending 10 times, more than 10 times the amount to get a master's degree in the UK. The UK, it is too expensive. And not just that, aside paying that low amount, like when he got to France, I think he got like one charity that would of course help to support to pay your rent, because of course you're an international student, you don't have money, you know. They pay your monthly rent, and basically you go to charity stores, you go to food banks to get free food. So more like you are living for free in France, like you are literally living for free. But of course, for everything that has an advantage, there's also a disadvantage, which I'll talk about that later when I start talking about the like advantages of the UK or over the other countries that are, a bit cheaper. So one is that the fact that the UK is kind of too expensive. If you look at that money, some people will say, it's not me to use this ticket to jackpot to the UK, I'll use it to start a business in Nigeria. To be honest, if Nigeria was like a little bit stable, or stable to an extent, then people would not even consider living and all of that. The second reason is the fact that it is harder to get jobs in the UK. Now, see, I won't even lie, the people that moved to the UK in 2020, like just before COVID, that early 2020, you know that schools that offer January admissions and September admissions, by January, then there was no lockdown. So some people came in January, early 2020, and of course some people came 2019 September. You see people that came to the UK around that 2020 before COVID, and then just immediately after COVID, when the whole lockdown was lifted, now them enjoy UK pass. I'm not even kidding. They're the ones that enjoy the UK pass because as of then, you know this whole 20 hours stuff with they suffer now. They had to remove, the UK government had to remove that 20 hours marks for students because they were literally begging everybody to work. COVID was so bad that a lot of people were down with COVID. They were not working, and even those who were healthy were even scared to, go out. They were like, benefits. They were scared for their lives. So most people deliberately even avoided working. So they were literally begging people. So those people that came, they were not only begging them to take job, most of them had COS like fall on their laps. Like this COS that everybody's hustling for. Oh, COS. So I need to get COS. Doing every single thing to get COS. They were begging these people like, come and come. We would increase wage. Come. So it's not like that anymore. Not like there are no jobs. Of course, there are jobs, but it's not like when they were leaving. Who will beg you that what? Once application is open like this, people don't they. Yeah, are you kidding me? People don't they rush. So it's not like there are no jobs. There are jobs, of course, but the whole rush and the whole excitement of please we want people, it's not there again. UK don't see immigrants finish like. Another downside is the fact that there is no clear path to settlement. To be honest, UK makes settlements like so hard. In fact, at this point, the UK doesn't want immigrants anymore. They just tell us, like they tell you to your face that immigrants, I beg, you don't do it, don't do the one we have is enough. Like you guys should stop coming, literally. So I remember when one I can't remember a particular politician, he said that having a British citizenship doesn't make you like British. In other words, they are giving you citizenship, yes, because you qualify for it, but then it doesn't make you British. They acknowledge the fact that an immigrant will always be an immigrant. So if you like, hold your British certificate, your British passport. Well, if you like, hold on. They just don't say you know be British. So there's really no clear path because at this point, people who like during the other era, during the Boris Johnson era, after 5 years, you can apply for ILR. Now they won't even extend. In fact, if it was just 10 years, like flat, it would have been better. Now they want to extend ILR to some people will get as high as 30 years. Like if you're low skill, like below, like bottom, like very low skill, you feel they here 30 years, you never be citizen, you never, what am I even saying citizenship? You never get ILR. You've not gotten your ILR. So there is the UK makes it harder. Now you could think that oh it's better this year or by next year, fiam they brought out another law. It makes so it's not like oh, okay, I'll move to the UK and after 5 years I'm a citizen. I'll move to the UK after 10. Uncertainty waiting for front plenty. So all those things too will be one of the reasons why you might want to say, ah, after spending all of this money, I'll still have to literally crawl and cry and go on my feet asking for citizenship or at least permanent residency. Compared to Canada, that at least you can just apply for PR directly. 10 years. 10 years, peace of mind. Anyways, yeah, that's the third point. And the fourth thing you should consider, or the fourth downside to moving to the UK in 2026 is I'm sorry to break this news to you, but you cannot make, maybe you can actually after your studying, but you cannot really make as the much money you spent coming here. Maybe, like I said, during your post study time, but as a student, or even some people might not, well, they may, but anyways, but it takes a longer time to make the money you used to come here. So for some people, they're like, okay, when I come at least 6 months, 5 months, I don't make all the money why I used to come here. Oh, I laugh in house rent. I laugh in monthly house rent. I laugh in monthly bills. I laugh in inflation. So, anyways, yeah, it is possible to make the money, but definitely remove your mind. It's not while you're a student. Probably after your student visa, that's when you can make the money you used to come. Again, it is possible for some people. Of course, you have to do, if you know what I mean, for you to make the money you used to come here as a student while on your student visa. But outside that, you might have to wait to your post. So it takes a longer time. So it's not a case of, if I come now, after 6 months, I don't make money while I used to come. No, it's not the UK. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break this news to you. Well, like I said, for some people, it is possible. Another reason why the UK may not be a good choice. So you guys should not judge me because you say you are here. Why you say the UK is not a good choice? Consign you. In fact, another reason is the fact that most graduates still do minimum wage jobs, and well, it's not a UK thing actually. It's a general thing. It's a global thing. Even for, in fact, it is worse in underdeveloped countries, or let's say developing countries. Of course, like Nigeria, you have most graduates doing minimum wage jobs. You have most graduates who are totally unemployed. They've tried even the least teaching where they just street self, they never see you get. So most graduates here still do like there are a lot of people that just finish their masters and they're still doing like normal warehouse jobs, normal cleaning jobs, normal, like I said in, like I always say in my previous videos, they still earn like the decent wage, like minimum wage at least you get. So the cleaner, the person working 9 to 5, most likely on the same tax bracket, most likely earn the same money. So they most likely will just be like, no, well, and as long as it fits me, pays my bill. But in the end, you need a proper graduate job if you want to stay in the country. So it's a very tricky situation. Except, of course, you go to like all these institutions like care that will now give you like sponsorship and all of that. But yeah, so these are some of the cons, some of the disadvantages. Of course, there is no pro without a con. There's always two sides of a coin. Let's look at on the brighter side, because if you're always talking about the negatives, we try to at least balance it with the positives. Because if you're being too negative, to be honest, you go just wake up one day, pack your load, just kukuma go back Nigeria. So let's look at the positive aspect. Okay, the number one positive I have is the fact that the UK is one of the easiest country to travel to. So if you're looking at, oh, I need to settle eventually settle in the US, I want to eventually settle in Canada. The UK is one of the fastest and straightforward route. Everybody that has tried jackpot to like Canada, they can tell you how expensive, not even expensive, how complicated, how complex it is. To Australia, to USF, no go area. They need to even call US when they call when it comes to those things you get. So if you want to really move abroad, at least as a first footing, you see that most people, if you search on YouTube, most people move to the UK. Their actual destination is Canada, but since it's easier to come to the UK, they come to the UK and from there they process their PR to Canada. So most times the UK is like a stepping stone. Most people to also move from the UK to New Zealand, to Australia, maybe also to the US. So the UK is actually a good stepping stone. So if you're thinking, the UK is too expensive, come first to the UK. At least there's a night, especially if you're coming via student visa, there's a 99% guarantee that you get your visa. So why not start here, and then from there you can now, okay. So yeah, the UK makes it easier to go to, other countries. Secondly, there are lots of opportunities in the UK. I cannot deny the fact that even though, yeah, jobs are hard to get, this one, there are lots of opportunities. So if you want to do business, you're a business person, there's a market for you here. If you're a tech person, there's a market for you here. If you're into finance, there's a market for you here. If you are into content creation, there's also a market. Aside the market, there's also an enabling environment. Like at least you don't have to wonder, oh, my network is bad, the internet is bad, oh, my this thing is slow, whatever. You see, and the fact that you can film outdoors and nobody's looking at you like, please don't film me, you don't, you get those kind of things. It's kind of free. You go outdoors, nobody is disturbing you. So there is a platform, like an opportunity for everybody. And of course, if you're into the health, if you're a healthcare professional, you're a doctor, you're a nurse, radiographer, hey, now here, this is also the land of opportunities. So it depends on how you see it. So regardless of what you want to do, the UK, like, it's like a, today, let me even tell you guys. So today, okay, yesterday, because I'm filming this video on another day, I met somebody from Czech Republic and we were just having like a normal, it was a horrid conversation anyway. So I was kind of like asking him, oh, why did you, because most people from Nigeria move to Czech, and you're like, why is somebody in Czech here? Like that's what immigration can do. And he's like, oh, the pay is low there, is lower there, and then the quality of life is better in the UK and all of that. You guys, immigration will always be immigration. Even people in the US are in the UK. Even Canadians are in the UK. So you're wondering, okay? So there are a lot of opportunities here. I would not even lie. And guess what? This person from Czech Republic has been in the UK for 20 years. He hasn't gone home for one day. He said, I'm not a baby now. My parents will be fine. My parents will be fine. You don't dey UK 20 years, you never go as go for video. So yeah, because of the opportunity, so you want to stay back. What's the rush? What's the rush really to go home? Also, the key, yeah, sorry if you don't understand Igbo. What I mean is the next. So the next is the fact that the UK rewards hard working. Yes, so I won't lie. I never see reward of my hard work. Have I even been working? Yeah, I've been working. I've been trying. But you see, most people who come here like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, they tell you that the UK rewards patients. It rewards people who are really hardworking. So most of them, in fact, at least except those who are already doctors, practicing doctors, already healthcare professionals. But most people who come to the UK start with menial jobs, like they do cleaning, they do warehouse, they do, all of these menial jobs, and then gradually they build their career. The UK rewards people who are consistent, people who are hardworking, people who are focused, because you cannot stay in one job and feel so comfortable. That, since it pays my bills now, let me stay. How would you go? How would you buy a car? How would you buy a house? Is it this ekele? Is it this ekele you're using on TM? Is it what you use on wedding? No. So when you come, start small. Start with a job that pays, like a cleaning job. From there, move to this one. From there, move, like just like that. Move. Just keep the movement going. But if you are static, the UK will help you be static, because of course, like I said, you're almost in the same pay gap as somebody doing. So you're like, if you want to be static, the UK will help you. If you want to move, like advance, it will also help you. So yeah, it's a land of opportunity. It's for you to pick your evil. I be pick your exactly. You know what I mean. Another thing is the fact that it's a functional system. See, most developed countries, not just the UK, have a functional system. And sometimes when you feel really frustrated about the fact that this UK is hard, though, you now remember that it is harder from where you're coming from. In other words, if you are sick now, you are sure that, oh, you can get good medical health care. If somebody tries to bully you or tries to um hurt you or something, you're sure that the justice system can bring them to book. You're sure that the police can protect your life. You're sure that nobody robs you of your property and goes scot free. That's the functionality of the UK and, of course, many other developed countries. So the fact that you live in a functional system is good. You guys, I'm currently filming this video and there is light. There is light. If I was in Nigeria, most, and this is night. By the way, let me check the time. This is 11:59 p.m. If I was in my house in Nigeria, I could at least 90 versus 10. 90% the fact that there's no light. There's currently no light. So if I was going to film this video, I'll probably wait and pray. Well, before I go to bed, I'll say, God, please let them bring light in the midnight too. And then maybe by 2 a.m. they'll not bring light. I'll now wake up with sleep eye to film this video. But now I just did everything I was supposed to do, finish with what I had to do, and then I'm here filming this video. And even if I want to film it at 5 a.m., I can still film it at 5 a.m. because I am sure that there is electricity. The electricity doesn't blink. It is 100%, like 24 hours you get. So the functionality of the system keeps you in check. Like, I always say that the only thing that is so hard in the UK is like getting a job and maybe advancing your career. But you see all of those bottlenecks we face in Nigeria. For instance, you leave your house, the roads are bad, you are scared if you'll be kidnapped. All of those bottlenecks are not there. So when you remove all of those bottlenecks, you are now focused. This is what I want to achieve, and then I go ahead. But in Nigeria, you have a lot of things holding you: electricity here, bad road here, this one here, insecurity here, everything you get. So I bank on the fact, I love the fact that there's a functional system here, and I want to take advantage of every single thing. Okay. So yeah, I also want you to take advantage of that too. Yeah. The next thing I love about the UK is the fact that your master's degree, your UK master's degree, is globally recognized. Yes, yes. It's not like, so like in Canada, I've heard stories of people that when you move to Canada, they ask you for a Canadian experience. So even with your UK certificate, they're looking at you like, but well, to be honest, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad coming to Canada with a UK certificate than coming to Nigeria with a coming to Canada with a Nigerian certificate. At least with a UK certificate, they'll look at you like, but with a Nigerian certificate, no shade, no shade, but you know what I mean. So your certificate is globally recognized. Talk about US, recognized in US, recognized in most of the top European countries. So if you stay any day and you're like, oh, let me move to Netherlands, let me move to New Zealand, nobody's looking at you like, please, where are you from? Like, I need you to do a top up course. I need you to nah. You are doing nothing, okay? So if after staying in the UK you're seeing that the immigration law is shaky, doesn't favor you and anything, you can start thinking about other European countries, or maybe Canada if you're lucky, the US, whatever. But you get, so you get my point. The point is that your certificate holds water. So all the money that you have spent, all the money that you have spent is not for vanishing, okay? Yeah. So when I said, another thing is the fact that when I said, oh, it's so cheap to move to a country like France. Now here's the point. While countries like France, Czech Republic, which other country has Finland, a couple of other European countries, Malta, cheap tuition fees. Why they have to like cheap tuition fees? The opportunities are not that vast like in the UK. Now, especially countries that are not English speaking. So if you move to to a European country that is not English speaking, so these are some of the possibilities. Now you might get a job, but you don't earn as high as you earn in the UK. That's one. Secondly, it is so hard to get a job as a non, let's say in French, for instance, as a non-French speaker. It is so hard to get a job. I remember when my friend was actually looking for a job, looking for anything, like my friend would say, you don't they use me, they do content. I remember when he was searching and we're going through his whole job process and whatever together. Cleaning job, as in cleaning job. You don't speak French, you would not even get it. At some point, he struggled and struggled to get a. Eventually he got it, but it was not like a real just like I don't know, I think he was saying 3 hours a day or 2 hours a day. It was like almost like nothing. But in the UK, of course, you speak English, even if your English is, but let me even shock you. So today I'm filming. Okay, this is already a new day, I don't know anyways, but when I went to return that microphone, I went to a store like a Royal Mail, like it's a mall, but you can return at the oh, I don't know, like a shop where they sell provision. Then the lady there, she couldn't speak like you know that she can't speak English well, or at least intelligibly she can understand. I tried to like speak the little I can, then use gesticulations to cover it. But then she got a job. She really got a job. Most people, let me even shock. Some people have been in the UK for like 10 years. Like people from at least I've met someone from Eritrea. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. You meet a lot of Eritreans. You meet a lot of Pakistans. You meet a lot of like most people from Asian countries who cannot, like one time I met an Angola, like different countries. Most people who come from Portuguese speaking countries, Spanish speaking countries, Asia and all of that, they can, some can't even speak English at all. But you know what? For the basic jobs like cleaning that doesn't require you to like speak to people, or some kind of jobs that also require face to face warehouse and all of that, you will get a job. So you can't speak English so well, you will still get a job. But it's not like that in all of those very Portuguese speaking countries, French speaking countries, where they expect a level of fluency from you. Like they'll say you have to have a C1 or whatever, but you have to get basic certification in that language to be sure you can communicate. So whether they do customer facing role, or whether they do customer, they just expect you to at least speak the language. Okay, so that language barrier is a lot. Is so while you are paying cheap school fees, or why they are giving you free food, though, why they're helping you pay your rent, ask yourself in the long run or long term, what's up. So most times people go to those countries, eventually they just their eyes are set on other countries that even though they don't speak English there, like Germany. Even though Germany, like they speak mostly German, you can still get good opportunities, English speaking opportunities there you get. So yeah, basically that's it. Like I no there's no pro without a con. So let's just say this is me just yapping about the pros and coming and about the pros and cons of coming to the UK and letting you decide if it is worth it. For me, I still think it is worth it despite the downsides, because what if you now marry a British person along the way? So that now turns everything. Okay, you're just here, you stay. Okay, that now turns all your fortune. So I'm not saying you should go and force yourself, and it's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that give it a shot. If you're in Nigeria and you're saying, I'll come. The more you wait, the more expensive it is. This Tinubu's era, the second term he's about to enter, e go red. E go red. Exchange rate fit climb reach £2,500. And this is not me being a doomsayer. This is not me being a prophet of doom, or just know. So if you're planning to come to the UK and you've been procrastinating, mind you, those that planned to come in 2022 and procrastinated, they're paying twice that amount they would have spent. They would have spent around 15 million coming. But now, because they procrastinated to 2025, you're spending three times the amount, not even twice, three times that amount. So what are you waiting for? Do you think coming to the UK is worth it? So those people who have been here, do you have any regrets coming to the UK? Like, if you were to turn back the hands of time, what advice would you give your future self, or would you give people who are coming? And of course, lastly, do you genuinely think that people should spend so much money coming to their masters in the UK in 2026? Please let me know, let us know, because at this point there are a lot of people who will be watching from Nigeria and they want to be able to decide so they don't make a mistake. Okay, so this is me sharing my own thoughts, and I hope hopefully you share your thoughts too and they can learn. So thank you so much, and guys, remember what I said. Please like this video, please leave a comment, please subscribe, help me reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of next year. I know this is possible, I know this is very much possible, and I'll just try to pursue it up till the very end. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Ta-da.